green flag. Everybody.
Gonna be a wreck behind you, gonna be a wreck behind you.
So I don't know what to do.
Somebody put oil down. We're on the fence.
Are they flagging it? Get some
White flag. Clear. Click.
man, this is it, check a flag.
The time for talk is finally finished. Because it's time to saddle up Mount Gambier, because here we go.
Fari back upstairs. Oh, McFadden on the back wheels.
Slingshots out at two-wheel-to-wheel. He's on the outside of J-Mac.
Here comes TVG. Slide job on pit.
Inside, also Michael Code in the 51. Inside he goes on Stansfield. So it's all rocking and rolling through turn 4. Nicola leads where Alex...
As they come on turn number 2, Jenny Line now, sneaks on the low side and nearly into turn 3.
Stephen Lyons is the king. He wins the challenge.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight it is championship night. However, the champion has already been crowned, but the battle still remains for those final podium spots in the championship night. Tonight we are here at the dirt track in Charlotte for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model season finale. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler, joined alongside us Stephen McMillian. Stephen, welcome back to the Ultimate Dirt TV booth, and welcome to the dirt track at Charlotte for championship night for the Pro Late Models.
That's right. Pro Late Models put on a hell of a show last weekend. We got to witness, as we also witnessed Zach McSwain claiming a championship. So, yeah, what a great series this is, and some great drivers are here tonight.
Think about it this way: Zach McSwain, he was crowned due to the double points race last week. He was crowned the champion after just 11 weeks. I can tell you 9 of those weeks he has picked up a win. It started in week 2, it then went to week 4, all the way through to week number 11. Round number 1 went to Eric Keller, who picked up the win at the Volusia Speedway Park. And the second other winner that has picked up 1 win on the season was Russell Snellings, who picked up a win at the Knoxville Raceway. So when you put 6, I think it was 6, maybe 7 tracks on the schedule, just to have 3 winners and one of those drivers pick up 9 out of 11 feature wins, it just goes to show that he's probably the reason why he's a champion.
That's right, and some champions are formed without even winning a race, and Zach McSwain, as becoming a champion, as he's shown how dominant he is and win these races in any league he goes into. It's one thing, you wouldn't be surprised to see him in the pro world of outlaws racing next season or next year.
Well, speaking of the driver of the number 25 car, Zach McSwain, in the Full Throttle Performance, Capron, Screen Printing, iRacing, iFlags, Tech 3 Defense, Dirty Grass Souls, car number 25. He is on the racetrack. He's on screen at the moment, and he is going to lay down his first lap time with a 15.932. Now, of course, the first lap generally slower because they run what we call a swinging lap here. You run the top lap all the way around on your first lap, then duck down to the low side on the second lap. You gain a whole lot of speed, and he's only going to go 3rd quick. He's a 10th off, and Steve, he did this last week. He qualified 3rd quick, but it was the feature race and just having that bit of luck as well with a timely caution coming out that sort of helped prevail at number 25 to the front of the field. But, again, during those feature races, he's always at the front. He's always nipping at the heels of the race leader.
That's right, he is. And, one thing he is good is passing cars, no matter where he starts at, in the feature lineup. I mean, he's good at passing the drivers. And we even seen that last night when he was racing.
Yeah, we certainly did. So let's just go through. We can see the top 10 drivers, well, the 10 cars out of the 11 that are signed into the pit area here for tonight's championship night here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com season finale. Jay Place with a 15.552 over Russell Snellings with a 15.598. Zach McSwain, 3rd quick with a 15.713. Clifford Driscoll with a 15.720. Scott Dobbs with a 15.730. 5th quick. Ryan Zabo 6th, Justin 6th, 7th, Warren Samoy 8th, 9th is Calvin Herring and Brian Wags, who rounds out the 10 cars in the qualifying session. It's nice to see Clifford Driscoll back here with us this week. He's had a couple of weeks off, or even a month off. I believe he's had the work commitment that you have to go through on sometimes. So he was going into the first half of the season, Steve. Clifford Driscoll was actually the championship leader when it come to the Extreme Motorsports 99.com series, but he had not actually picked up a win. So it just goes to show that consistency does pay off.
That's right. We've seen in many of league races and stuff like that, and championships formed and made by drivers that didn't even win a race, but just finishing in top 5 each night.
All right, heat race number 1 of 2 on the program. 5 cars getting set to make their cars available on the track for heat number 1. 12 laps will be the distance around the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1. Starting on pole, the man that went quick time this evening in car number 18, it's going to be Jay Place on his outside at a position at number 2. Car number 25, that's Zach McSwain. Lining up at a position at number 3, car number 29, the 3D Racing entry, that's Scott Dobbs on his outside. In car number 113, also in the 3D Racing entry, it's Justin Sick. And lining up at a position number 5, another one of those 3D Racing drivers in car number 08. It's going to be Calvin Herring to line up at a position at number 5. Steve, just the 5 cars in this opening heat race. Of course, these heat races split up to line up the inside and outside rows of tonight's 50-lap main event. In fact, it might even be 60-lap being championship night, but how... Let's go with who finishes third in this one. Feel free to press the right push to talk button. Don't leave me hanging.
Well, let's go. Let's go with Calvin Herring in the 08. I'll go with him. How about that?
So you're going to say Calvin Herring to finish third?
That's right.
Alright, I am going to go with... I'm going to go with Justin Sick to finish third. Yes, Brad, Steve is back. He is ready. He is ready to mingle here at the dirt track at Charlotte. He's ready to get his... he's got his cowboy boots on. He's ready to send us into a frenzy here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
A frenzy it's going to be. These drivers are ready to do-si-do, and let's go.
Oh, now he's just spitting out rhymes. This is the rapper Steve.
That's the reason why I don't even have a day job anymore.
They don't call him the $1 Million Man for nothing.
All right, his lights go out on their base vehicles. Jay Blaze and Zach McSwain will lead up to the green flag this time around.
Well, I know my job when it's needed, and right now my job is not needed because as they come down the back straightaway, it's time to saddle up here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
That's right, as the cars start to get up to speed, they go into turn number 3, fix the exit turn number 4. Yeehaw! Let's go racing, boys, as Jay Blaze takes the lead going into turn number 1. Zach McSwain running the high line, tries to duck underneath of Jay Blaze down the back straightaway, going into turn number 3. Ace Slide Johnson takes the lead.
Look at Dobbs on the inside there of Jay Place into turn number 1 and 2. Now Dobbs in the 29 machine. Place up top in the 18. He had to get out of the throttle here. They got a monumental run 3 wide for the race lead into turn number 3 and 4. Nearly 4 wide, Steve, as they come off turn 4. And Zach McSwain, he holds on to the top spot for the moment, but he has got Jay Place and Scott Dobbs all over the back of him.
That's right, and Scott Dobbs, you've been seeing him work that very bottom groove, try to get something going, but this time you see Jay Blaze working the bottom groove as they come out turn number 4 side by side with Zach McSwain. And Jay Blaze led that lap. He does a slide job on Zach McSwain. Zach McSwain ducks underneath as they're going down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Now Dobbs watching this battle unfold in front of him right now for the race lead, trying to put that number 29 into the mix, just about a car length away behind Jay Place, but it's Zach McSwain who holds strong on the top side through 1 and 2, down to the low side through turn number 3 and 4, 5 down, 7 to run, battle on for 4th and 5th. Meanwhile, there's Justin Sick and Calvin Herring, they battle it out for 4th and 5th, and it's Calvin Herring to get the better of the two as they go through 1 and 2, down into 3 and 4 we go. McSwain halfway home, 6 down, 6 to run. McSwain, your race leader.
That's right, Jay Blaze is now following right behind him on the high side as Scott Dobbs still trying to work that bottom as they go down the back straightaway. You see both drivers this time going to the bottom as they slide on up as Zach McSwain out turn number 4 down the front straightaway.
Oh, he nearly caught the opening there on the front straightaway, Steve. He drove the car back down the racetrack on the front stretch, and boy, that could have been disastrous for not only Zach McSwain but also Jay Place. But both drivers did very well to keep it off of each other as we continue on here through turn number 1 and 2. Place again, right up on the back bumper of the 25 machine. He's certainly sticking it to Zach McSwain right now.
He is sticking to Zach McSwain. Catches U-tire. Look at Jay Blaze as they turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He leads that lap. He goes down to the bottom. As he sticks it to the bottom, Zach McSwain stays up high. He has the momentum down the back straightaway with her taking over the lead. But you look at Jay Blaze, he's not giving up as they're side by side exiting turn number 4.
Couple of laps to run here at the dirt track in Charlotte. Heat race number 1 of Championship 9 here for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model Series into 3 and 4. Place on the low side. McSwain on the top side. They come off turn 4. They drag race to turn number 1 and 2. The white flag is out. Final lap, final time. Who's going to start on pole for tonight's feature event? McSwain gets clear of place down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Jay Place backing him up on the inside, but Zach McSwain going to hold on Jay Place will grab second, Scott Dobbs third, Calvin Herring fourth, and Justin Sick will round out the top 5. Steve, it was only 5 cars, but boy oh boy, didn't those 5 cars put on a show.
Yes, they did. They put on an excellent show for us for all 12 laps of the action.
Heat race number 2 coming to the racetrack right now. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid and see how they line up for the final 12 laps of heat racing competition here for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model Series.
All right, starting your front row, it's car number 111. It's Russell Snelling, and on his outside, in car number 63, it's Clifford Driscoll in the 3D Racing. And then on your second row, in car number 10, it's Ryan Zabot. And then on his outside, in car number 77, it's Warren Samoy. And then you have Brian Waxon in B14 bringing up the rear.
All right, heat race number 2. The final heat race for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model Series. We are here in Championship night here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Steve, who finishes second? I'm going to say Clifford Driscoll will finish second.
You go with him. I will go with, Russell Snelling.
Oh, all right. So we've gone the guys on the front row. 12 laps on the board. Steve again. Well, we said it last night. This is your time now.
All right. This time it's a slower pace coming to the green flag. Yeehaw! Let's go racing, boys. You see, right there, Snelling out to the early lead. Look at Driscoll on the high side as they're side by side down the front straightaway. Or back straightaway. I got both straightaways mixed up, Brett.
Well, considering they start coming out of turn 4 on the front straightaway, it's hard to get them mixed up, but I guess with the different camera angles here at the dirt track in Charlotte, it's easy to do as they go down into turn number 3 and 4, Snellings, and here goes Driscoll with a slide job into the race lead, but only momentarily because here comes Russell Snelling back to the inside. Driscoll, he's got the top shelf working through 1 and 2. Oh, this is deja vu, just like heat race number 1, Steve.
It is, and this is what you like to see. If you're watching on Ultimate Dirt TV, you will love this for sure, as these drivers are putting on a heck of a show side by side. And, you know, at some point, the top side will come in with more momentum. Oh, we got the 10 car and the 77 getting into each other a little bit on the back straightaway, but they keep it going. But as Russell Snelling comes out, turn number 4 to lead that lap.
Yeah, it's 4 down, 8 to run here in heat race number 2. The final 8 laps of competition here at the dirt track at Charlotte Championship night. And again, the battle is on for the race lead. A good drag race on the front straightaway. The 63 of Clifford Driscoll. He would love to go to victory lane here tonight on Championship night. So far, he's been so close so many times throughout the early part or the early half of the season. However, the driver on the outside of that battle that we're seeing on the screen, Russell Snellings, his first time at the Knoxville Raceway was round number 3, and he actually went to victory lane. So, you know, again, you got a driver that's picked up a win in the series so far, and one driver that's been close so many times. In fact, going back to that Knoxville race, it was these 2 drivers. It was Driscoll who passed him on the bottom side, and in fact, Russell Snellings did a Clifford Driscoll. He passed Clifford Driscoll back on the bottom side in that feature race.
That's right. Sometimes you got to see someone do it to you so you know what to do, give it back, and take over. BC, as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, they're still side by side. And Driscoll has a little bit of advantage on the bottom, but you're going to see Snelling with momentum on the high side to lead that lap, as he leads lap number 9 of 12.
Yeah, 2.5 to run as they make their way down the back straightaway. This is to line up the outside rows, so whoever gets the win here in heat number 2 will start position 2 in tonight's main event. Second place will start position 4, third will start 6, fourth will start 8th, and fifth will start 10th. So, I mean, there's a lot on the line as they make their way down the back straightaway into corners number 3 and 4, Steve. 1 to go, bring it home.
That's right. You see Driscoll all over the 111 of Snelling, and they go to turn number 1. Driscoll ducks it underneath, tries to get beside him down the back straightaway. They go to the high side, turn number 3. Driscoll right behind Snelling. Snelling will take heat race number 2 win with Clifford Driscoll 2nd, Ryan 3rd, Warren 4th, and Brian Wax finishing 5th.
Well, what an opening couple heat. What a 2 heat races we've just seen. Again, the battle has been on for that race lead. So now we've got a 5-minute warm-up session. This gives these drivers an opportunity to go out there, tear the racetrack up just a little bit. But what that also does, Steve, is, well, that'll give us time to chat to a couple of these drivers right now, get their thoughts on the racing so far and, what they're going to, hope to achieve later on in the main event. So we'll go and chat to, first of all, the driver that came home with the win there in heat race number 2. It's going to be the 111 car of Russell Snellings. And Russell, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, what a heat race that was there to close out the final heat race here for the season for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. How was that one? Talk us through that heat race just then.
Yeah, I was planning on staying on the bottom, but with the fit setup in this gear, the top seemed to be the fastest way around, is keeping momentum up. Well,
you're the one of only 2 other drivers to pick up a feature win here in this series. It's been dominated by Zach McSwain. You had a great battle with Clifford Driscoll, who in fact who you passed at round number 3 at the Knoxville Raceway. What's the season been like for you so far? For the nights that you've been able to contest.
Yeah, that race Knoxville with me and Clifford was a really good race. I didn't think I was going to get him at the end, but the bottom came in. It's been a decent season. I've caught some tough breaks and messed myself up in qualifying, and most of them start in the back, and it's hard to pass a lot of times. But yeah, Zach's kicked butt. He's been really fast.
All right, well, good luck for championship night here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll let you get out of here, and before we do, we'll let you thank a couple of people as well.
Yeah, I want to thank y'all. Y'all's broadcasts are pretty awesome, and Jacob and the guys at Extreme for putting this stuff on for us, and GFR and DSO, Dirt Slinging Outlaws. Thank y'all.
All right, good luck in the main event, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Russell Snellings there, the driver of the 111. Steve, I believe you're standing by with the driver that came home in 2nd place in the 2nd heat race of Clifford Driscoll, and we'll let you have a chat with him.
Clifford Driscoll, you got a copy, sir?
What was that?
So do you have a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, 2nd place finish in your heat race. You did pretty well. I mean, you and Snelling was battling hard. Tell us how it felt. The car felt.
Oh, the car didn't feel too bad. I threw kind of an idiot slider there at the beginning. It was kind of gracious of him to let me slide up there and not run me over, so I appreciated that. But the track's not bad, so it was a good heat race. I'm looking forward to the main event. Looks like it's going to be pretty racy.
That's right. You got 50 laps, and what's the mindset for these 50 laps? You start, on the outside 2nd row?
Yeah, I'm hoping just to kind of stay out of trouble. First 30 or so ride, make sure you're in a good spot and put yourself in a good position to try and make some moves the last 15 or 20 and hope it all works out at the end.
And you haven't been racing much lately, especially with a series like that, because you have other obligations. So coming back to it tonight, I'm sure you got a lot you want to prove and show to the people.
Oh, yeah. Even though I missed a couple weeks there, I had some things I was doing, attending some real races, which, it's an awesome thing. So I jumped at that opportunity. But with one race left here, I'd like to get a win. I haven't won one yet this season, so try and check that off the bucket list.
All right. Well, go ahead and tell us the sponsors and stuff that make this all possible for you, sir.
Ken Skins, Custom iRacing Paints. He paints all of our cars over here at 3D. Got to thank Westside Signs, Warren Samoy. One Shot Scrap Recycling. They do a lot for the team over here. Cedar Creek Beef Jerky, Centerville Smoke and Vape. Appreciate all those guys helping out 3D.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Brett, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just quickly, Clifford, I'm going to have to drag you down to the lobby because I can't actually drag you into your team room. So just FYI on that one, buddy.
10-4. Thank you.
All right, there we go. That was Clifford Driscoll, the driver of the number 63 machine. Well, Steve, it's coming down to the final 15 seconds in the warm-up session where these drivers have 50 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte. Just looking at the track, a little bit slick going on the entry into turn number 1, so expect to see a lot of these drivers, really put their right rears up on that cushion very close to that outside wall. What's it like to get a pro late model around this type of racetrack?
Well, it's a little different from a super. I mean, you don't have as much power, but you do have enough power to get them around, and they're pretty fast.
All right, well, it's championship night here, and it is championship race. We know the winner of the 2019 Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model season. The champion is Zach McSwain. It is already crowned. He crowned himself the champion last week after he picked up his 9th feature win in just 11 races. This is race number 12 on the program. However, the championship standings for second and third, and everybody else throughout this field is still highly competitive. Let's go trackside to take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's season finale. Starting on pole in car number 25 in that FTP Racing entry, it's going to be Zach McSwain. On the outside of the front row, in car number 111, it's Russell Snelling. So a pair of feature winners on the front row. Rolling off position number 3 in car number 18 will be Jay Place. On his outside in the 3D Racing car number 63, it's Clifford Driscoll. Lining up at a position number 5, another 3D Racing driver, car number 29 of Scott Dobbs. On his outside at a position number 6, it's car number 10 of Ryan Zabot. Starting position 7, car number 08 in the 3D Racing entry, it's going to be Calvin Herring. On his outside, a teammate to the 08 in car number 77, Warren Samoy starts position number 8. Starting position number 9, in car number 113, it's Justin Sick with Brian Wax to line up at a position number 10. Steve, it's hard to go past McSwain in this feature event, but let's pick a driver. Who do you think is going to come home in second?
Well, I really want him to win, but I think Driscoll will come home in second.
How well, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm going to go with Jay Place to come home in second. I'm going to take the start of this feature event as they make their way through turn number 3 and 4. The Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model season. It is championship night, championship race, and we are green here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Look at McSwain making his intentions very clear early on. He went straight to the top side. Jay Place down low through turn number 3 and 4. Snellings and Driscoll caught up on the top side. Zabot trying to come through the middle. And look at Scott Dobbs in car number 29 working the bottom side at both ends of the speedway. Trying to put that 29 in a good spot early on.
That's right. He's been looking at that bottom spot all night long, running it, and he's been doing well as he's battling for that 3rd spot right now to come past the flag stand, going into turn number 1. Coming out of turn number 2, still side by side with car number 111 of Russell Snelling. This is the battle going on for the 3rd spot, but don't look back, because further back they're almost 3 wide, Brett.
Yeah, Driscoll, Zabot, Calvin Herring just momentarily they go 3 wide. However, look at Driscoll. He has got a monumental run on that cushion, so he is trying to bring the cushion into 3 and 4 and trying to make that high line work. Meanwhile, look at Jay Place up on the inside right now, down into 1 and 2. McSwain on the top side, Place on the bottom side. We've seen these drivers do battle in heat number 1. McSwain tries to shut the door. Place is up on the inside. They're going to drag race off turn number 4. Who's got it? I think Jay Place might have led that lap, Steve, but boy, oh boy, it was close. And we've got some great racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
And we do have some great racing, that's for sure. They get into each other in turn 3, but they gather it back up. McSwain gets a little further away from Jay Place. But you look right there at Scott Dobbs. I mean, he's been dedicated to that bottom groove all night long. and he's still staying in that 4th spot, working on Russell Snellings for 3rd. But look at Driscoll. He's just looking in. He's lurking. Slowly, but he's lurking.
Jay Place has made the decision to go up top in turn number 1 and 2 and try and follow McSwain, try and get a run. We continue to watch this 3-car battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Scott Dobbs, the 29. Hopefully that number 29 machine can somewhat do more than half race distance, because he has had no luck over the first 11 weeks of the series. He now falls back to 5th as Clifford Driscoll and Russell Snellings both get on by the 29 using the top side. But look back up front, Steve. Look no further, because here comes Jay Plays in the JP Realty car number 18 machine. Works the bottom side on McSwain. He just lacking a little bit there on the bottom side in 1 and 2. And look at the rest of the drivers. Snellings went down low in 3 and 4 as well.
Yeah, it is. And, it looked like it took him a couple of laps to get the car wild back up, so that way he can gather his momentum and run the high side. He gets momentum, and he's able to catch McSwain. And, McSwain kind of blinking right there out of the exit turn 4 down the first straightaway. But, right now, Driscoll's now in 4th spot, looking at underneath Russell Snelling as they go down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Snellings looks to the low side through set number 3 and 4, as does Scott Dobbs. So the drivers using a couple of different lines. They're using the top side all the way around this dirt track at Charlotte, or they go top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. However, Jay Place is kind of doing the opposite right now. He's pulling a Scott Dobbs. He's trying to run the bottom all the way around, but now he'll go back to the top shelf into turn number 1 and 2. And man, oh man, it takes some skill and finesse to run the top here at the dirt track at Charlotte in a pro late model, Stephen. Oh, now we look at Calvin Herring in the 08 machine, the black and pink machine. He's charging up towards our 5th place driver in car number 29 of Scott Dobbs.
That's right. As you look at Jay Place, like I said, it took a couple laps to wind the car back up and get it going as to catch up to McSwain. And, really, Brett, he has to start going a different line to see what he could do with Zach McSwain. So right now he's just trying to keep pace with him. Once he gets that run, he's going to start moving the car around.
Is it too early to start throwing some sliders on it? No, that's never too early to throw a slider.
But you don't want to wear it out too early, that's for sure, because you can damage your car sometimes doing those sliders on drivers, and we seen that last night.
Yeah, we seen a lot of it last night as well. We continue to watch the battle on for the race lead. Zach McSwain looking for 10 wins on the season if he can pick up the win here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Jay Place in 2nd. Now you're looking at the battle on screen between the 111 of Russell Snellings, one of 2 only other drivers to pick up a feature win other than Zach McSwain. He has so far in the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model Series. He got the win at the Knoxville Raceway at round number 3, Driscoll. In fact, again, as I said earlier on in the call, these are the 2 drivers that fought it out for 1st and 2nd in that race, and now they find themselves continuing to do battle just like they did in the heat race. Steve, you notice heat 1 is out in front in the first 2 positions. Heat 2 are sitting in 3rd and 4th, so it was that outside line versus the inside line on the start, and that inside line was the place to be.
It is. And, you look at Driscoll, he's tried everything to pass Russell Snellings, but it seems like every time he gets to try to go around him, he kind of loses his momentum and fast to fall back in place. And then takes him a couple of laps to stick back on his hip pocket.
All right, back up front as we watch Jay Place trying to reel in Zach McSwain. About a car length separating the pair into turn number 3 and 4. 22 laps completed this time by Driscoll down to the low side. Driscoll, this is where he made the moves in the heat races, and we'll see what he can do here in the feature event. So, Steve, we're coming to the halfway stage. Let's go back, and nice to see Scott Dobbs in the 29 machine holding on to a top 5 at the moment. He's got his teammate, Calvin Herring. So, 3 lots of 2-car battles right now. Make that 4 if you count Ryan Zabel and Warren. So, they're about a car length separating each other. Then you go back to Justin Sick and Brian Wax, who are a little bit off the pace at the moment. But again, we're going to be halfway home next time by. So far, 24 completed. And Steve, all 24 laps so far are under the green flag conditions.
That's right. You also start to see Jay Place start to lose ground to your leader, Zach McSwain. There's right about a 2 to 3 car length advantage over McSwain has. They go to turn number 1 on both drivers on the high side. As you start to see the slickness starting to come in a little bit on that high side, Brett.
Yeah, it's just making this top side just a little bit more tricky to run. Look at Driscoll. He is all over, well, he was all over the back of Snellings going down into turn number 3. He got such a good run on the top side, and unfortunately for these drivers at the moment, with the cushion being so dominant here at the dirt track at Charlotte, with it not being worn in all that much, we'll see Snellings go to the low side. In fact, runs a slider line through 3 and 4, Steve. Lap times in the 15.8s, 15.9s. Fastest car that has turned a lap around here is Jay Place with a 15.712. A lot of these drivers are in the 15.7, or a couple of drivers 15.7s, 15.8s, and 15.9s. Some drivers are even yet to break that 15-second bracket. Driscoll with a slide job on Snellings into turn number 1 and 2. And Snellings will cross back underneath. As McSwain has put nearly a second between himself and Jay Place, the battle is on for the final podium spot here, and Clifford Driscoll holds on to position number 3.
That's right. You also see Scott Dobbs still maintaining that 5th spot, but Calvin Herring is starting to apply the pressure to him as they go into turn number 3. They're both riding the high side this time. A couple laps prior, Scott Dobbs was on the bottom, but now he's even up top.
Yeah, he's obviously made the choice to go up top and realizing that the top side is the fastest way around this dirt track at Charlotte. Look at Driscoll. Look in just a couple of laps what he's been able to produce. Look at the gap that he's put between himself and the 111 of Russell Snellings. It's a 1.3 second gap, Steve. Snellings now he's having to try something different again and go to the bottom side through turn number 3 and 4. But boy, oh boy, I get the feeling if we're able to potentially have a caution and bunch this field back up, I think Clifford Driscoll might just be able to pull a Zach McSwain and maybe have a chance at a race win here later on.
Yeah, if a caution comes out, I really do believe so. But right now, I don't see that happening unless something drastic happens to one of these drivers, because they're driving one heck of a race. And really, almost every spot has they have a huge lead over each driver. You look about 10 car lengths between him and Jay Place, and then Clifford Driscoll has the same amount or even more. So I mean, there's single file racing all around this track.
Yeah, well, you look at the gap, you look at the timing and scoring up on the top of the screen, a 1.6 second advantage for Zach McSwain over Jay Place, and there's some 3.5 seconds from Jay Place back to Clifford Driscoll. So it would be a timely caution if we were to get one. We've just completed lap number 36, and well as Zach McSwain, he will put Justin Sick a lap down in turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 13 laps to go this time by. Just seeing Zach McSwain do what he did in the heat race, got a little tight off the exit of turn 4 to where it almost pushed that, or sucked that car into that opening, and he had to drive down the racetrack. So McSwain just having a last couple of laps there. But tell you what, Jay Place, he's catching him. He's got it down to a little over a second right now. He's 3/10 quicker on the previous lap, and boy oh boy, hang on for the final 11 laps now. It's going to be Jay Place to hopefully mount a charge towards your race leader.
That's right. That previous lap, you saw Jay Place kind of get in the wall there, got to lose some ground on McSwain, and he's lost some more now. But he's still running the high side, so this cushion, you got to nail it just right, or the wall sucks you in. Here's Charlotte. As you see McSwain getting in the wall a little bit there, sucking him in. That will slow him down where Jay Place is able to gain a little bit of ground on him.
Yeah, Jay Place in the number 18 car. He's just going to get by the 113 of Justin Sick. Now, Justin Sick doing holding his line, and that's what you like to see when you're the car on the lead lap and you're coming to put someone a lap down. You like to see that car hold their line on a different line to what you're running. So, hats off to Justin Sick. He realizes that, he hasn't got the pace here tonight, but, he's not going to try and ruin anybody's races. Now, you look at Warren Samoy. He was up top. Now, he's obviously realized, hey, leader's behind me. I'll pull down to the low side, let those guys go on by. And it takes away that, the fact that lap traffic sometimes does play its part, Steve.
It does. Sometimes it slows down a driver. Sometimes it helps a driver out. And by him pulling down to the bottom lane, allowing Zach get over, pass him on the high side, that's pretty sportsmanlike there, and that also keeps the distance. Him still faster than Jay Place, now has a 2-second advantage over Jay Place.
All right, so we're closing in on the point of no return here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Good battle between Calvin Herring and Scott Dobbs. A couple of teammates going at it through turn number 1 and 2. The point of no return. Once we reach lap number 47, if a yellow flag comes out, it will end the season here at the dirt track at Charlotte. 5, mate. It'll be 4 to run this time by, Steve.
4 to run. You see McSwain coming out. Turn number 4 passes the flag stand. Going in turn number 1, he really has no competition right now as he's still faster than Jay Place. In turn number 3, coming out turn number 4 as he's been all night long that high side dominant driver. As you see him go to the back straightaway, he's still gaining time, putting, Jay Place. Jay Place must be really losing the handle of that car because, right about 10 laps ago, he was starting to gain on Zach McSwain.
Yeah, he was as well. They've just gotten the 2 to go signal. In fact, as he comes off a turn number 4 on the top side of the racetrack, the FTP Dirty Grass Souls Caper and Screen Printing iRacing I flag number 25. The white flag is out. Final lap. Final couple of turns. The Extreme Motorsports 99.com Championship night. It goes to your championship winner, Zach McSwain. He makes it 10 on the season. 10 wins in just 12 races. Wow. What a dominating season. Congratulations goes to Zach McSwain. Second will go to Jay Place. Third is going to be Clifford Driscoll. We'll chat to those 3 drivers post-race interviews in just a few moments' time. Russell Snellings will grab 4th. Scott Dobbs will finally finish a race here in the season in what has been an absolute shocking season, getting caught up in other people's incidences. And Scott Dobbs will come home in position number 5. Home in 6 is going to be Calvin Herring. Ryan Zabo will come home 7th. Warren Samoy in 8th. 9th will be Justin Sick, and rounding out the top 10 and the 10th car here for Championship night in caliber B14 of Brian Wax. Steve, what a, Championship night, what a season it has been, and 50 laps is completed, and we do it all under the green flag conditions.
We did, and 1 season is now completed. And, for this driver picking up, I believe, his first championship.
Yes, that would be correct. So this is season 1 for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model Series. I believe they're in talks of potentially doing a Super Late Model Series. So if you want to get involved in that one, I believe they are going to be hosting a Super Late Model race, a recruitment race, or they're just going to be testing some stuff out. But if you do want to put your name down for the next season, hit up the guys on the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Facebook page. We're just going to grab our top 3 here. So what we'll do, we are going to chat to our 3rd place driver here tonight. We'll chat to 3rd, 2nd, and then 1st. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in 3rd place here tonight in caliber 63. Clifford Driscoll. Clifford, congratulations on this 3rd place run here tonight. It was a hell of a battle between yourself and Russell Snellings in the first 30 laps, but once you got by him, you moved yourself forward towards the 2nd place driver, but I guess time just sort of ran out in the end.
Yeah, everything kind of played out the way I wanted it to there. Had a really good battle the first 30, was able to get by Russ, and unfortunately I needed a caution, and it just never came out.
It certainly would have shaken things up, for you more so because you would have had a chance to do a Zach McSwain to Zach McSwain himself. But as you said, no caution came out and 50 laps around here. Talk about what it's like to move all over this racetrack and what it's like to try and perfect that cushion all the way around this racetrack for 50 laps.
Well, as an individual, it's kind of hard, but if everybody can kind of just not drive over the cushion for about the first half of the race, it really builds up nice, and you can lean into it as the race goes on later. If you get a little too overzealous and start jumping it early, it seems to fade a lot quicker. So I was just trying not to run over it on my own accord and do what I could to find traction on exit, because that seemed to be where everybody was beating me.
Well, so far, I believe for the race that you contended, I don't think you finished outside of the top 5. We know you had the championship lead halfway through the season until a double points night, and where you were unable to contest that one and really sort of shut your championships down. But you make your way back here into the final race of the season again. To come over the third place run here tonight. For the times you've been here, it's been enjoyable and been some good racing, and you continue these good string of results.
Oh, I really enjoy this series, actually. Some of the best competition I've raced against in iRacing. It's pretty dang clean for the most part. And the guys you race against, they want to win just as bad as you. And I'm a big proponent. I love fixed setup racing because it really shines on the driver. So, I mean, for this, I love what Extreme Motorsports 99's done with this. So I look forward to it.
All right, well, congratulations on the third place run here tonight, and congratulations on the runs that you had throughout the season. We'll let you get out of here, and we'll let you thank those people behind the scenes and who helps you on this race car.
This season couldn't be possible without Ken Skins Custom iRacing Paints. He does all of our paints over for 3D Racing. The boys over at 3D themselves, they allow me to have a lot of seat time, so it makes me a heck of a lot better than I usually would be. I appreciate those guys. I'd like to thank One Shot Scrap and Recycling. They did a lot for our team this year, along with along with Cedar Creek Beef Jerky. They do a lot for 3D Racing, so I look forward to them and love working with them. Thank you guys for putting us on, by the way.
All right, Clifford Driscoll there, home in third place tonight. We'll throw it over to Steve McMahon, who is standing by with your second place driver of J Place.
Well, congratulations on your second place finish, not J Place. Let me see. I mean, you had some good battles at the beginning of the night. Side-by-side racing. Looked at points of the beginning of the race. It was bottom. You could run it. And then at the end of the race, it was this top dominant. So go back and describe how your night went in the feature race.
Yeah. Zach obviously was digging tonight. I don't think anybody could have beat him. He was able to get that wall so good, man. Nobody else could do it but him. So cool. When the green flag flung, he was just messing up and stuff because I was pressuring him a little bit. And I told him in another chat we were in, I just told him, hey, dude, just job. I ain't going to do nothing with you. It's just pull away and then we can battle. Guess I shouldn't have said that because then he actually pulled away and I couldn't get back to him.
Well, towards the closing laps, for about 15 laps to go, you started closing in the gap. And then it was like, it looked like you kind of got in the wall a little bit, turns maybe 1 and 2, and then you just started losing the gap from there.
Maybe I wasn't checking too much on times. I was just cruising. Yeah, the wall will get you, man. If you get in that wall, it will definitely damage your kernel. And when you get some damage, it brings you down quite a bit.
Well, go ahead and thank all the people we need to thank, making it possible for you to run tonight, sir.
Yeah, I think my dad watching the broadcast. You guys do a good job. Extreme Motorsports was a great season. Enjoyed racing with you guys. Jigs, JP Realty, MH Designs, Code Aaron Designs, Benji Killen, everybody down on Dream Motorsports, Mason Crawford, and everybody that made this happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is J Place at car number 18 coming on with second place. Not throw it back over to you, Brett. Will you have the champion and tonight's feature winner?
Yes, he picks up his 10th feature win of the season and making that 9 feature wins in a row. For the last 2 and a bit months, he's been unstoppable, unbeatable, and this is the reason why he is crowned the 2019 Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model Champion. Zach McSwain, congratulations on the victory. I know we congratulated you last week on the championship, but it is now official. And, well, 9 wins in a row. What does that mean to you?
That's pretty good. I was able to have a pretty successful season over here with Extreme Motorsports. They put on a great race. But yeah, it was cool to win a lot. I like winning.
Well, everybody likes winning, but let's go through those first half of the race. Yourself, J Place, you guys absolutely put on a hell of a show towards the front of the field. Talk about those first 25 laps, and once you got by them, how you're able to just consistently hold that top groove and pull away from the rest of the field.
yeah, the top was better than 1 and 2 the whole race there, and 3 and 4 I was screwing up there a little bit. And he was gaining on me. He was getting off a little lower than I was, and then once we made contact there, I kind of come down on him. I got to apologize to him about that, but once we made that contact, I got away from him a little bit, and just tried to top there, and it was like a tenth or two faster, so I just stuck with that the rest of the race and was able to get away from him.
What did you make of the racetrack tonight? During that feature event, because during both heat races tonight, we've seen some good racing up the front of the field, and we've seen it exactly during the first half of the feature event. But again, what did you make of the track conditions here tonight?
It was pretty racy there in the heat races, and the bottom was pretty even, I'd say. But the race, I think the bottom was better in 3 and 4 early, and then it just went to the top all the way around. So,
well, congratulations on the win here in the championship night here at the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Late Model season finale. As I said, you picked up 10 wins in the season. We'll let you do what you've done 9 previous times. Let you thank those sponsors who helps to get you done on the number 25 machine.
yes, sir. Thank you. I'd like to thank Team FTP, Racing Flag, Dirty Grass Soul, Capron Screen Printing, TAC 3 Defense, Supermoon Graphics. Thank y'all for doing the broadcast every week. Y'all do a great job. And thank Extreme Motorsports 99.com for putting on a great league here. And I think their season's supposed to start up again here in a couple weeks, so y'all come check them out.
All right, there we go. Zach McSwain home in first place tonight and home with the championship. Steve, it is official, and now he gets to celebrate. I'm sure he had a little bit of a quiet celebration last week, but with the season ending now, it is official. 10 wins out of 12 races. Just 2 other drivers that picked up a feature win throughout this season. 9 in a row, Steve. It's just remarkable.
It is remarkable, and when you see talent like that, I mean, just imagine where he's going to be in a year from now. I mean, Brett, this could be a career for him, maybe in the real world. You never know. And something like this with this kind of series, and he's winning this, being this dominant, winning 10 races. I mean, what much more can he ask for?
Probably a $40,000 payday, according to the NASCAR iRacing Peak Antifreeze. If you been living under a rock for the past couple of hours, I think it was Zach Novosad, picked up $40,000. Not a bad payday for sim racing, and they say this isn't real.
There you go. Like I said, maybe he'd be the $10,000 winner for the World of Outlaws Series champion next year. You never know.
Anything's possible, buddy. Thank you once again, Steve, for joining me here in the booth. As always, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir, and I enjoy being here with you, and I look forward to you next time we're on.
Yeah, I believe that should be Monday night. We'll be in the booth together, but Sunday night will be the season opener for Season 7. Is that correct?
That's right. Season 7. Yes, sir.
All right. The World of Thunder iRacing League Sunday night will be our next official broadcast, starting from 6 p.m. Eastern. The Super Late Models, UMP Modifieds, and the 410 Winged Sprint Cars make their long-awaited return to our Sunday nights here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, we want to give a shout out to the guys here at the Extreme Motorsports 99.com for their support and allowing us, Ultimate Dirt TV, to cover the action over the past 12 weeks. It's been an unbelievable journey, so we thank those guys. We want to thank Rick Donovan, Jacob Lee, all the other admins, Dustin Schwingle, I believe, as well. So everybody that makes all this possible here at Extreme Motorsports 99, thank you so very much for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to showcase the talent that we've seen over the past 12 weeks. Of course, make sure you head over to their website. As I said, it's up on the top of our screen, extrememotorsports99.com, with no E in Extreme at the start. It just starts with an X. Head over to their Facebook page, give them a like and a follow. And of course, if you haven't done so already, hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. Don't forget to head over to our YouTube channel if you're already there. Hit that subscribe button, doesn't cost a thing. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. We just need your help just getting across the line. So If you could do that for us, that would be much appreciated. And of course, all the support on not only the YouTube feeds, but of course our Facebook feeds as well. You can check out our website, keep up to date with our schedule at ultimatedirttv.com. Click on the scheduled tab. You can also click on the sponsors tab and keep up to date with our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. You can also follow all their social media pages on our website as well. You just already said it, click on the sponsors tab again. Can't say that enough, but again, those wonderful people helping us behind the scenes. A big thank you to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing, iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and everybody that makes this all possible, and on behalf of your broadcast team tonight, Steve McMillan and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell from the dirt track at Charlotte. Good night, everyone. We'll see you Sunday night.